Hi everyone, and welcome to Annotating 101, your guide to annotating anything and everything you read. Before we begin, take a moment and fill in the chart at the top of the note sheet. Here you'll be filling in what you think the definition of annotating is, as well as what it looks like. Please pause the video to do this. Annotating while reading is like breathing. It is a natural occurrence. This quote by Flobell Duropoulos was inspired by a quote from Scout Finch in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, where she equates reading to breathing. You don't think about it, you just do it. It's the same thing when it comes to annotating. Whenever you're reading for academic purposes, you always annotate. You don't even have to ask your teacher if you need to annotate, because the answer will always be yes. Annotating is the way the reader interacts with the text through noting, commenting and critiquing, and questioning. So when you are noting ideas, you are thinking about the purpose that your teacher gave you to read something. So oftentimes in English class, when you're reading fiction, you might be asked to annotate for the elements of fiction, or characterization, or clues that are going to help develop the theme. Whereas in poetry, you might be annotating to identify and explain the purpose of certain figurative language used in that poem. In science, you might be asked to annotate for the process of something, or to annotate to understand cell division. There's all sorts of purposes for different readings, and oftentimes your teacher will tell you really what to focus in on when annotating. But if you don't have a purpose for reading, sometimes think about ways that you can connect with the text. Can you relate to this in your personal life? Did you see something in the newspaper that relates to it historically or through pop culture? Connecting with text is just as important as being able to identify the theme of something or the main idea. Commenting and critiquing is also an important feature of annotating. Oftentimes you'll read something that you agree with and you're so excited that you have an author who's writing about something you agree with. Or you might be reading a text that gets you so angry because you completely disagree with the author. That's great. Write those agreements or disagreements down in the margins or on a sticky note. You should also identify interesting or humorous or important passages to whatever it is that you're reading, whether it's a book or a newspaper article. And finally, you should be questioning what you read. Oftentimes we do this to mark our confusion. Maybe something's unclear. Maybe the vocabulary is challenging. Mark it. However, you can also question to wonder about something or to ponder about a certain idea that maybe you hadn't thought about before. Write down those questions as well. Okay, so annotating is not highlighting the entire page of the text or highlighting and just leaving a few words out. While it might look really pretty, it doesn't mean anything. So anytime you highlight, make sure you explain your thinking in the margin or a sticky note. Are you highlighting a connection? Okay, what was that connection? Are you highlighting what you think the main idea is? State what that main idea is based on your highlighting. But you don't want to go highlighter crazy, and you also don't just want to highlight alone. There's always a second piece where you are writing something down. Annotating is not just using symbols. While they're cute and easy, oftentimes it's not enough. Okay, so why did you put a star next to something? Why is there a question mark here? Okay, you need to, again, take it another step further and actually explain why you've made that symbol. We were taught early on to use symbols in our annotating, but now our training wheels are off and we are going full steam ahead. Steam, I think it's actually full speed. Apologies. So here's a great example of what annotating looks like. Here's a poem, and you can see here that the student used color coding, and there's arrows and things that are underlined, and all of that thinking is marked in the margins. This is awesome. This is going to help the person write a paper, be able to explain thoughts, have a really great discussion with the class. Here's another example of what annotating looks like, but this time it's been done on sticky notes. So if you've borrowed a book from Cooper or the library or from a friend, oftentimes you can't write in that text. So use sticky notes or little sticky tabs that kind of flag important parts of the text. But again, you always have to annotate, especially when you are reading for academic purposes. So here's our recap. In short, you always have to annotate everything that you read. Everything. It takes time. It interrupts the reading process. We get that, but it also helps you interact with the text a little bit more, and it will clarify your thoughts. The next time you're in class, I think you'll be taking the annotating oath. It'll be very exciting. Have a great day.